Starting off at F tier, we have Suke. Suke has no uses, and everything in the F tier basically are unusable as their fruit and really are getting carried by fighting styles and everything. So to use Suke as a whole, you have to use one sword stat to make it even slightly viable to even fight PvE, to even start fighting. And Kill, as we all know, is kinda trash. And that's what we're gonna say for the F tier. Second here we have C tier. C tier here we have, let's start with Marrow, as in the level of fruit. The only use I see this is also C tier are basically stuff where fruits where they have basically they are unusable in certain like stages or like divisions. So my point is, they are decent, they can work, but they are not like completely unusable. So for Marrow, the level of fruit, it can be used to stun people in PvP, which is a very good use, and this is an exceptional PvP fruit. But for PvE, it only has like 2 moves which can like damage like NPCs, and they need a lot. You need to be very close to them, and especially if you're low level. Let's say you're fighting a group of NPCs, you're gonna get hit, and it's very difficult to fight PvE with this terror fruit. So it's still good, but you know, you have to mix it up with a fighting style or a sword style. It needs to be carried. Second here we have Body. This is, I think this has been nerfed since before, and Body is the barrier fruit. Its only use is you can use it to trap people, but now you can't even do that because they nerfed it. Otherwise it'd be higher, it'd probably be somewhere higher, but unfortunately you can't use it to trap people and more in the barriers, which makes it a C tier. We have Spin. The only use this has is once again PvP. You can do combos with this, but for PvE it has barely any use. Like, it's very difficult to use in terms of PvE. We have B tier. Let's start off Sushi. Sushi is good, of course, and it can be used. And in B tier, it's just average fruits. Like, everything in B tier here is just for fruits that are pretty average. Sushi is good for, I'd say, you know, PvE. It's pretty good because you can use ranged moves and send meteors down at the, you know, mob you're fighting, which is very good. And I'd say this is a pretty good PvE fruit. As in PvP, I believe it's not that good because usually it's good to use Sushi in like stationary like moments. So when mobs can stay still, but you know, in PvP people are running around, GPOing around. But yeah, so next we have Horo. This used to be an exceptional fruit because you could, I think, chase dungeons with this, as in like you could like explode in dungeons in a way or something along those lines. You could do some stuff with Horo in the past. Now you can't even do that. So they nerfed that and patched that. So now Horo is, I guess it can be used in PvP by using negative holo, but by stunning them. But yeah, like other than that, you know, in PvE terms, it's been nerfed. Before it was exceptional because you could use a cheese, a bug where you'd not be able to get hit and you'd be able to hit the NPCs in dungeons and stuff like this, which would put it like S. I put it S then. Okay, next fruit we have is Bomu. Bomu is an exceptional fruit, and anywhere who has Bomu, you need to use it in dungeons. That is the perfect place to use Bomu because you can use Bomu to self-explode, what is called to self-detonate when the bosses come. So you know, when you play dungeons, there are certain bosses, so you self-detonate as soon, and if you have enough HP, you'll be able to self-detonate and you'll be insta-killing the bosses, and boom, you can, you know, go on with dungeons super easy and get an easy death fruit that way. That's why it has an exceptional use in that thing exactly there. As a whole, the fruit's kind of okay. PvP, I mean, I don't know, like, I guess it can work in PvP. I still say it's kind of mid though. Mid doesn't mean bad, because I know you guys think mid means bad immediately, but mid means medium average. It means average. Ito is, as we all know, it's a only PvP fruit. The only move that can work in PvE is the exploding strings. I don't know what it's called, but like flaming, so the flame move with the string. In terms of PvE, the only really good thing is like you can be Spider-Man, you can travel around, like, and that's nice. And really in PvE terms, this is not it. This is a PvP fruit strictly. Let's go to the A tier. A tier here are all very good fruits, which like all you can just go on with these and you can go crazy. All of these here I'd say are perfect for PvP, like they're super good in like one territory. So we start off with Suna. As well know, Suna is an exceptional little fruit for not only PvE but also PvP. There's not really much to be said. Like, you go look up a video on Suna in PvP, you'll see how crazy it goes, especially with like 2 sword silence, something like those. Goro, an exceptional PvP fruit as well, exceptional PvE. Of course, it's, you know, pretty good, and I don't really see any Goros a lot. Gura, as I said, Gura has, I think if I'm not wrong, it has high cooldowns. I could be wrong though, but I heard it had high cooldowns. But yeah, other than that, Gura's moves are kinda okay. It's not crazy, but I guess it's good for I say this is pretty good for a PvP fruit mainly. A PvE, I'm not sure. I've never seen you know anything about Gura. I never used Gura myself, so I cannot say for sure. But I've heard Gura being kind of good in PvP. Could be wrong 100%. I guess you could use the grab move on like certain mobs, and you can put them down and on the ground, and then, you know, go crazy. So maybe it's good. Tori, you can literally solo dungeons with Tori. You can go crazy. You can heal yourself with Tori. You can fly with Tori. It's an exceptional fruit, but at the same time, Tori as a whole is kind of it's not worth the 1% when we have legendaries which are much better. So that's one thing I just gotta say. Hey does not have a lot of damage. It's mainly a stun fruit, so like it relies on stunning with ice. And yeah, I mean, the only really good thing is that you can walk on water, and like that's super good, because let's say you're fighting Krakens, you can walk on water, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. I say this is good for PvP, but in terms of PvE, the low damage, you know, isn't up to par. S tier, you may be surprised, but like, why is Gomu at the top? Let me explain, guys. Don't freak out, okay? So let me just start it. Let's put Gomu at last, okay? Let's talk about Gomu last. We have Mera, and literally these 3 right here, Mera, Pika, and Magu, are like the top tier their fruits currently. The best their fruits ever. If you ever get one of these, you're done. You don't ever have to change your their fruit. Now, between these their fruits, it's like an option. Which one do you want to have? Mera is super good for PvE, super good for dungeons and PvE. Boom, all together an exceptional fruit. I'd say this is all around, but it has a problem. The problem with this is all of these, but it doesn't have water walking, and it doesn't have fast travel, which Magu and Pika do. Magu can walk on water, and Magu does a lot of damage. That's you know, as we all know, Magu is super damaging their fruit, and Pika is the fruit that you can use, you know, to kill nearly all the PvE mobs. But Pika lacks in the PvP area, so that's where it lacks. But in terms of PvE, it goes crazy. Probably the best PvE fruit ever, like Pika, ever, like the best. And it's traveling, like the Pika flight is the fastest, so you can go to islands. So I say, if you want to level up very fast, I say the best to level is if you get a Pika. It's an exceptional fruit for leveling, and I use it myself, and it's exceptional fruit. Magu is like just in general, just damage, high damage. If you want to destroy like people with a lot of damage, like it's crazy. The most damaging fruit. Mera is all around her. It's good at PvP, it's good at dungeons, it's good at PvE, it's little good at everything. And the last one we have here is Gomu. Why did I put it up here? I'm thinking Gomu is mid, like right now. Yes, right now it is trash, but in the future when we get the gear, it's gonna be buzzing, because in the future it's gonna be able to fly. Yes, bro, it's gonna be able to fly, because the gears, you know, the gear 4 is able to fly. We've even had sneak peeks of gear 4 flying, like they're very old. Those, remember, that's like 2019, super old sneak peeks. But man, if they rework this and they make this is gonna be an exceptional fruit. I say, hey man, this is the only fruit that has multiple transformations, like except like Tori. So that's why I put it like at the top, because I believe gear 2nd, gear 3rd, gear 4th, man, this is gonna go crazy in the future. Currently, nah, not really, but yeah, you know, just something you guys wanted to know. And that's really all I really gotta say, guys. And before the video ends, I just have to say a big thing. Thank you guys, and The other thing is check out my video on all the unreleased adult fruits, and peace.